sitting right here.
Okay. Uh, you don't have to do. I just encourage doing video. Are you on the app or are you calling in? Because I don't have my video shared, but I could if you want to see. I mean, it's all up to you, man. If you're on
I
your
have the app.
yeah,
I
if you're
have
on
the
your
app on my phone.
okay, if you're on your app, you should be able to see me right now. I actually changed it, so
Let, let me try through that channel. Give me 1 second.
no worries, man.
Okay, so I just hit join the meeting.
Yep, through the app. Yep, and the link I sent you should work.
Okay, 346012407 07.
Were you able to do the Microsoft Whiteboard app?
Yeah, I downloaded that as well on my iPad.
Okay, cool. So let me bring that up as well. So,
Okay, I think I see you now.
what's up? What's up, man? How's it going?
Yeah.
You don't have to share your screen if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. But also, if you're joining on the iPhone, you don't have to. You can hang up the phone and you can speak through the app. Your call.
Okay, let me see. Give me 1 second.
Danny, you still there? You can use the iPhone, and it says like you can join through the app. If you could hear me at all, I'm not sure if you could hear me.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing much, nothing much.
All right, cool. So just full disclosure, I record all my consultation sessions because I leverage them in like several other areas.
Okay.
So you can let me know like if you see the video, you want me taking it down or something. Like I make it a habit to just be fully transparent of how all my calls go. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Cool. So if you have the whiteboard up or not, I want to share the screen share with you. So I have the board up, and I'm gonna bring it up on my iPad actually,
Okay.
so that you could see any areas that that I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'm opening up the whiteboard now.
Okay. So it just helps to follow along. You don't actually have to, but this is just how I wanted to go over some of the main points and like kind of take notes um, for your business. So for 360 basketball, like how long
Yeah.
have you been doing that, man?
I've been doing it for about close to 10 years.
Okay. And have you been trying to like hit up a digital aspect, or like what are your main motivations for wanting to connect?
My main thing is I want the growth. I want to make sure that, my program is growing
Mm-hmm.
the way that it has the potential to.
Okay. So I always try to follow up, and again, as I mentioned, this is recorded, so feel free to not, like if you don't want to disclose, you don't want to disclose. But like, have you been doing any like tracking, or how's your business growth been like from a year-over-year perspective?
It's been pretty steady. A lot of the kids that I train,
Mm-hmm.
um, they continually come back. Here and there I do receive new clients,
Okay.
but it's not growing at the rate in which I want it to grow. And one thing I do have realized is
Mm-hmm.
every time I like post a video,
Yeah.
I always get a lot of inquiries.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I know that's an avenue in which I need to kind of brush up on, you know.
Okay, for sure. So I've actually been experimenting a lot with videos, and I'm really glad hearing that you've recognized, right, uh, what's happening and how the market is shifting. Because what I would encourage is like to everything I share with you today. I hopefully you gain insight and you gain like awareness of how deep and how much level and value you could get from leaving videos. So if you're seeing my screen now, you can kind of see how even this own consultation is kind of next level, right?
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it is. But let me see. I can't see you anymore on my phone. Let me see. Oh, I can see what you have written down,
mhm.
but it's not on my whiteboard as of yet.
Okay. Does your whiteboard look like this? Like it has a Danny 360 and
No, it's I didn't realize that I needed to create an account with them.
oh, that might be it. Well, as anything, like the reason I record some of this stuff is so you can see the notes I'm taking. But I've just been experimenting with allowing you to interact with it either on your iPhone or whatnot. Do you want me to send you the link again on iMessage?
Um, and that'll speed up the process as far as me logging on.
It should. I mean, I believe it's the same link that I sent you last time, but just in case it's not and I mess something up, I could share it with you again. So let me see. So that's the link. That should lead to the whiteboard that I'm drawing right now.
Yeah, I saw. Okay, so but if I click on it on my phone,
Or
will
on
it
your
take?
or on your iPad. You should open it on your iPad because that's the iPad app, and then you could see it on your iPad, or you should be able to see it on your iPad.
Okay, let me see. Give me 1 second.
Is anything showing up?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of lost right now. Okay, so if I put this code in, and I'll be able to
There
join.
shouldn't be a code. You should literally be able to click the link on iMessage on your iPad if you have iPad connected, and it should open up the Microsoft Whiteboard app.
Yeah, it's not connected. So let me do this real quick. I'm gonna send it over to my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna send this over to my iPad.
No worries, man.
Okay. Second.
Let me know if it pulls up. Otherwise, we could do you could watch the replay and see what I recorded.
Okay, let me see if it. I clicked on the link on my iPad. I'm just waiting for it to open up right now.
Okay.
Now it says sign in to use Microsoft Whiteboard.
That's probably gonna take too long, man. I think you should just you should just watch the replay and next time we have a consultation. I mean, it's like you don't even have to interact. Like you can do this later. It's just I think that when doing consultation calls, it's cool. It's like a cool thing. So, But I think the more value would be you, like, we get as much information as possible and see how we can help your business. So if you still see my screen, I'm talking about MMR, which is monthly recurring revenue. Correct? Are you still there? Danny? Hey, Danny, you still there? Danny. Having some technical difficulties, but trying to get him back on. Messaged him on the Mac. So
Hello?
hey,
Alan?
Danny. Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I hear you as well.
Cool. So we'll just have to be audio, and I'll send you like all the whiteboard stuff I'm taking, and you could like look at it later. But
Okay.
so with your business, let me change that real quick. So with your business, so how like there's a concept called monthly recurring revenue, which is basically like how much you make per month. But at a
Right.
client basis, like what is your business model? Do you have like a like a payment and you get unlimited training, or are you doing like you come in once per session?
Okay, I have it both ways. So I have a drop-in fee for people that come in, periodically and they just pay for that particular session.
Okay, and
And
what's
then,
that price?
yeah, a drop-in fee. So I have that.
Well, what is that price
And
though?
then that's $30.
Okay, good. And then the next thing above that?
Then I have the monthly fee where you can pay for 2 sessions a month, for $150.
It's 150 for 2
Yeah.
sessions.
No,
Okay.
for 2 sessions a week per month.
2 sessions a week. So
Yeah.
basically 8 per month.
Yes.
Okay, and is there anything above that?
No.
Okay. Okay. So so I think from that aspect there's definitely things that you could change and add on, and they call that the business value ladder plan. And essentially what it is you have different offerings that you send to your clients and to your customers, and by having more offerings you kind of leverage your existing material into other paid stuff, right? So in your current business value ladder plan, I'm going to draw this out on the whiteboard, and you could see this later on the video, or if you join later on the whiteboard. But business value ladder and yours is currently a 2-step process, right? Business value ladder, right? So your first step is a $30 drop in, and then the next thing that they could get to is $150, right?
Yes.
So I guess the main problem with that is that there's no like step up in between, right? So
Okay.
you could like what I have drawn on the whiteboard, and hopefully you go back and look at the video and the content, is that with the business value ladder, like you could think of it as like taking steps on a staircase, right? So, you know, if you go up the stairs and you walk, it's pretty easy because the steps are properly spaced, right? But if there was one step that was just like really huge and it was up to like your chest, right? That would be pretty difficult to like make that step, correct? Right? If you could understand the analogy. So you're basically asking people to say, okay, do you think there's enough value between the drop-in session and then paying for 8 a week for 150, right? So the drop-in session is it's basically one session, basically, right?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, the value comparison is $240 versus 150, then, right? Because if you times,
Yeah.
Okay. So, like from my perspective, as a digital marketer, or I'm not sure what your like understanding of what I've done. I don't know if you looked me up or not, but I'll just clarify. Like I'm a digital marketing consultant and I run an agency. So I always find that there's the way to grow your business, and that what I assume you're trying to get to is you have to understand the power of video and the power of sampling. Okay.
Okay.
So videos are like, I don't know so last time I went to the mall, there's like a food court, and I'm Asian, so I always have a preference for like Panda Express or Asian food.
Right.
But basically, like, I don't know if you've had this experience, but when you walk around, they're always like, hey, you want to try this? You want to try this food? You want to try it, right? And so by tasting it, you're able to, see, okay, that's what it tastes like. That's what it'd be like, right? And there's a huge gap, and the gap is also an opportunity. But basically, with video, that is the same concept. That if you record and show what your drop-in sessions are like, or essentially like how your business is run, then that lets anyone be like, okay, this is what it would be like, right? And yes, it's not the same experience as like tasting it and being there and stuff like that, but it is an experience, right? And there is value, right? So the reason why I consider social media as the zero step, right, is because if you don't have free social media, then you're basically asking people to go from I don't even know what I'm getting and saying like, do I want to pay $30 to drop in, right? But at least if they've seen it, if they see it and they hear it with video, and you've already told me in this consultation that you noticed it, right? Then that's a whole market that you could add on to and offer as a value point. Okay.
Right.
So I don't know if you've heard this before, but basically I try to target all my stuff towards helping basketball trainers and then grow their business. And I think that there's also more than just forming video that I think you can help explain the concept. But essentially, right, so what I'll explain in my business model. So when I record these consultation sessions for you, right, I am spending this hour to tell you what you could do for your business, right? And when I send you the video replay and I post it on YouTube and I post it on my social channels, there's a lot that it does for people. And basically there's these concepts of marketing and then social influence, where essentially it shows to people that, to go back to that food analogy, you wouldn't want to go to a restaurant that doesn't have anyone in line, right? Because you're thinking oh, maybe that food sucks, right? So right, so by showing that, it's kind of meta doing this and telling you on the phone, but basically by showing people what I do in my business, I show people that I do consultation sessions, and I show people that I have clients, because it builds trust. And ultimately why people buy is they don't buy because your product's not valuable. there's like reasons people don't buy, and one of them is because they just don't trust you or they don't know you, right? Before they could trust you, they have to know you. So this is why I think it's very important, like with what I'm building up in my business and stuff like that, where it's like, dude, like video is an untapped market, and even though you think video's you think it's overcrowded, there's only one of you, Danny. There's only one of you that runs 360 basketball, and you run your business the only way you know how, right? So even though yes, other people have started doing it, like there's only one of you, right?
Right.
And so like that same concept with when I share with you the video is why I think you need to understand what I'm doing and how I've scaled my business, and that you could take the same stuff that's working for me and that I've consulted with other basketball trainers, and I've really encouraged you to apply this. Okay, so if you're doing your 1 hour basketball drop-in session, right? So I'll just say it's $30. And how long are your sessions?
They're normally 2 hours.
They're normally 2 hours?
Yeah.
So you're actually doing 2 sessions per week, so you're doing 16 hours a month, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. But you already understand that, right? Okay, so the normal way that people are taught, or most people, like I find basketball trainers figure out how to scale their business. It's like, okay, if you train one kid, it's $30 and it's 2 hours. But if you train 2 kids, right? Like, do you charge a different rate for group sessions, or you just do like?
Yeah, no. My apologies. Okay, so all of my training sessions, so the ones I kind of mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
they're all group training.
Okay.
So it's not just one person. For individual, for private, I charge $75 per hour.
Okay, so private is 75, and then I assume you do like the thing where it's like, you still get attention and you still get detail, but this is how I scale my business, right? Because that's what most trainers do. Is they're like, okay, I could spend 75 for 2 hours, or I could like get more kids and then make money that way, right?
Yeah, but it's 75 per hour for the private, and then for the group training, it's 2 hours, $30 for a drop in, or $150 for the month.
Okay, so 75 per 1 hour. Okay, so basically you need to have 5 kids to make up for 2 private sessions.
Yeah.
Okay, so then if you got more than that, you'd be making more money per time, like from the math. Okay, so I'm glad that like you do that and you understand that concept, because this is how this could change your business and your growth, right? Right, what I have drawn on the whiteboard right now is I'm just basically drawing out while I'm explaining it to you. But basically, man, if you are already aware of this, like the concept of scaling, right, you might as well take that 2 hours that you're getting paid $30 per kid, and you might as well record it, dude. Record.
Okay.
And if you
Like
the full thing, man, right?
Okay.
Because look, if you record the full session, right, there's like, so I'm only thinking of it from a marketing perspective, and this may or may not work for you, right? You have to like take my advice and then say it how you would say it. But if I was running a basketball trainer business, I would go to the kids and I'd say, hey, you know that Kobe Bryant watches his film every day and sees good ways that he was bad and ways that he could get better, and not only that, but like ways that he could help his teammates out. And I'm a Kobe Bryant fan, so that's why I said Kobe, but again, take this as you will, right? Because what I find in terms of like not just sales, but like also in just success in general, is you have to know where you're at and you have to record so that you can analyze and be like, okay, what do I need to do different next time, right? So,
okay, right.
So I don't know if you've already introduced that concept to your kids or not, but
I have not a whole session. Maybe like clips. I'll videotape clips, but not the whole session.
Well, I was alluding to it because like I don't know if you've done film study already or not, but
I have.
Okay, yeah. So then you could relate this concept and be like, okay, so imagine if I recorded you, and then you get to see how you do in these trainings. Is that perhaps something you'd like to pay for? Right, so you could literally not even add that much more stuff, but just a recording, and then say, hey, maybe you want to pay $5 added. So instead of $30, it's $35. Do you want to see video of yourself and then like analyze yourself? Because for me, when I was playing basketball, right, I had to look at my own shot and I had to be like, oh, I have a hitch there, I have a hitch, blah blah blah, right? And so that, like, I'm just thinking of it from like as a basketball player myself, what I found valuable. And I'm not saying that, it's only worth $5. I'm just saying you could test this yourself, of saying like, hey, does my current customers want to pay for recordings of themselves? You feel me?
I think that that's just personally, and I also speak to my players about this. Video does not lie. A lot of times you think you're doing something, but then the video will show what you're actually doing.
Exactly.
So I think I think that will work out, because they get a chance to look at themselves. And like you said, the video analysis is excellent,
Mm-hmm. And again, like that's like from my experience, and I have this sense that you're already formulating in your brain like how you would pitch it to them, right?
Right.
But okay, so here's the cool thing, right? So you spent 2 hours of your time, you bought video equipment, you're not really doing anything different. You're still teaching the kids, but now you just have a video camera recording it, right? And so now maybe instead of $30, some of them buy it for $35, right? Or some of them buy it for $40, right? I don't know what you have to test this, right? But as you start analyzing, you could be like, hey, Johnny, right? I'm making up names here. Robbie paid $40 and I've seen him have a lot of improvement. Like maybe you need to test out this video thing. Let me give you a free month trial of it and then see if it works out for you this month. And then if you really like the videos and what it's doing, then you can start paying $40 if you want, if it works for you. Right? So that's how you get people because not everyone's going to buy it. So you have to do like a comparison thing where it's like, okay, well, someone's getting results and one of your kids isn't getting results, right? I wholeheartedly believe like everything is about, it's not about you, Danny. It's about the people you train, right? Like for me, it's not about Blend Logic. It's not about Al Nafaretti. It's about everyone I interact with, like you and all my other clients. Like I want results for them, right?
Right.
So I feel like I have to share that with you because I don't know where, like, this is just the first time I'm talking to you. I don't know like where you're at in your business, or like, I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying like, that's what I found most success with, right? And so I share with you these not to like make you get more money, but my hopes is that you really help these kids like learn stuff that would really help them. And again, like, I just feel like I have to say that. So.
No, you're right. I mean, I think with that in turn you end up getting more money because you provide more value for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. That's right.
So no, that's an excellent idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you thought that was crazy, like here's the next step, right? So maybe some of them don't buy, maybe some of them do, right? Remember how I said that you're trying to make social media for free? Because I find that a lot of people, they're like, oh, what is the 1 minute Instagram clip that I can make, or what is the 1 minute version of something, right? Let me make a video and produce a video, and you'll find that actually takes a lot of time, like to make drills and to make stuff. But you're literally already doing it for the people that are paying you, right? So it's this concept called documenting and not recreating. You're documenting what you're doing because you're already explaining the drills, right? So you might as well just use the drills and maybe make like a 5-minute version for Facebook or make a 1 minute version for Instagram. You don't have to set up a camera and create and speak to the camera and create something. You're just showing people what you're doing, right?
Right.
And so the same thing that you saw with how you're getting traction with videos, it's like that's the concept that's how people gain wealth is you have to be able to scale, and labor hours can only go so far, right? There's only one of you, man, and there's only a certain amount of days and like hours in a day. But I can only share from you with my experience. Okay, so I do a live stream, live vlogging, and I have like a small group of people in it, and it's related to basketball trainers. And someone like has been following me, and on Saturday I went to Zaxby's to eat food. I mean, I just love Zaxby's. There's one really close by me. And he messaged me and he said, "Hey man, I was watching your live stream. I really agree with your point on XYZ, right? It was about, I was talking about social circle, and the people you surround yourself with is how like you pressure yourself." Right. And so I said to my friend, I was like, "Bro, like this is what it's about. I am here on a Saturday eating food, and someone is watching my content, right? Someone is like, I don't know who's watching it, but the idea is I know someone could watch it, right? So I always try to produce my videos not with this idea that like, you know, it's for someone's gonna go through the same thing, and I need to make it the best that I could possibly make it. Right? So I want to share that with you in terms of like what you're gonna do with video, because basically it's like, even if none of your kids buy, right, you still could, if no one even buys, you could post it on your Facebook, like the full thing, and then see if the market wants to buy, right?
Right.
And so it's just that same concept of sampling, man. It's like, do they want to buy it or not? And a good book I'd recommend is Be So Good That They Can't Ignore You. Is that I found that a lot of times, like sometimes people are scared to do it because they're worried that they don't think they have value or whatnot, and if they post it live, like, you know, it's a scary thing, right?
What's it called? It's called Be Good.
Yeah, So Good That They Can't Ignore You. I could send you the links on an email, post email script. Make sure you text me because I got some other meetings after this, but I don't want to forget about it. I'll even write on the whiteboard.
Okay.
Let me write it so I don't forget, man. Books so good they can't ignore. But basically, man, it's this concept that like if you don't get money now, because this is something I've experienced with some of my other clients, and just to be full transparent, right? It's like some of them have been like, hey, why is no one buying, right? And for me, I think it's a flip of, because I have to share with you this book because I think that is the answer to some of the clients' questions I've had. It's like they like it's like value. You already said like you offer more value, right? If no one's buying, then you're just not offering enough value. And sometimes it's hard for me to say that to people, but I realize now like I have to say that. And not just me, I'll recommend you the book of where I got that from, right? Because the best advice I'll give to you, man, is like, dude, I sucked at video. And if you watch this video I'm going to send you, I'll send you a replay link. I still think I'm not that great, right? There's still better things I could do, right? We had technical issues, right? I should have figured that out, right? I should have figured out that, you know, so you could be experiencing this whiteboard. And that's on me, man. Like, my bad that the stuff's not working, and I'll figure that out. But, you know, I'm just sharing with you now because, like, this is, like, again, I'm doing sampling. It's like, this is what it's like to work with me if you go on business coaching or however you want to continue, like, I guess, our future business relationships. Is basically, like, I just try to provide as much value, motivation, inspiration, and marketing that I can so that you can have an environment where you thrive, and in turn it rubs off to your kids, and then they get the best basketball trainer that they are able to get, right? So yeah, I'm just going on this tangent, but I feel like, you know, because I know that it's being recorded, so I have to kind of say it. That's why I'm saying it.
No, I get it. No, I totally understand that. I totally agree.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so I actually did a live stream. Do you know Coach Rocky from I Love Basketball?
I don't, but I did a little research, and I saw that you had something going on with them.
Okay, so yeah, so I wanted to explain that concept more because it's essentially kind of what he's doing. But essentially, it's like, dude, besides like the zero for social media marketing, right? So let's say this is $0. Right, so what can you offer at like $50, right? Because you have a $30 and then you have a $75, right? So what's something at $50 that you can offer, right? So here is my free consultation for you. Is at $50. Well, what if you take all those recordings that you were doing and maybe you add more recordings or like specialized drills, and you say to your kids, hey, like, because what is your close rate on the drop-in sessions?
Say it again?
Your close rate, like of everyone that you ask, do you have numbers on like who asks for a drop-in session and who converts versus who doesn't?
No, what happens with that is normally, you know, because I send out all notifications to, you know, to all the people on my client list.
Yeah.
from time to time, you have different families that are committed to different things, or prior engagement, prior commitment. And so they only come, when they have the opening, so.
Okay.
It all varies. It all depends on the different family schedule.
I feel you. That's perfectly fine. Something that came to my mind is like right now I feel hesitant to say it, but again, I feel like I should just be as transparent as possible. Is more concepts in that book, like of Be So Good That They Can't Ignore You, is like, have you ever had something that was like offered to you and you're just like, you made the time, or you're like, I'll just do it because it's that great?
Yeah.
So again, that's like, that's what I want your business to be, so that people are like, they'll make time for your sessions because they value their kids or their basketball training, and so you will keep growing and become that, right? Whatever that thing was that you said excitedly, yes, do you mind sharing it? What was the thing that you made time for that you were so excited about?
I mean, like even just the conversation with you,
So I was the thing. That's funny.
No, tell me this in all seriousness, because this is there's no value to this, because you give me some tools that'll help me grow my business to a point where, who knows how far it can go.
Mm-hmm. And again, man, it's like, I don't know why I'm saying this stuff. I just feel like, I don't know if you picked up on this, I'm just literally saying stuff that come to my mind, and then there's a thought process where I'm like, I don't know if I should say that or not, or maybe I should say that. So you'll pick that up if you decide to keep working with me or not. I just like kind of speak my mind. But essentially, man, it's like, there is like, yes, that is valuable, like of what could be, and it's very alluring. Like I've been in that situation where I was like, damn, I'm gonna do something big, right? And to share like a personal loss, right? So I knew about live streaming, and I had the equipment, I had everything in 2015. And if you go on my channel, if you do enough research, you'll see that I actually just started posting like the end of 2018, right? So I want you to actually take action, because that's the thing that made me start doing it, is realizing that like in my head I was like, damn, I could be something big, and I bought the equipment and I bought all this stuff, but I didn't have the action habit to be like, no, I need to actually fucking do it, right? I had the camera, I could have made all this stuff in 2016, but I had this mental block of like, oh, I need this, I need that, right? So I'm sharing this with you because I want you to be like it doesn't matter. Like, okay, if I think I need a new camera, then okay, let me see if I need a new camera. But the phone that you have, the iPad that you had, like, it will work. And I encourage, like, just start, man. Just like, yes, it's good to be like, it has potential, but sometimes I think that gets people in a loop that actually stops people from taking action, because they get so high off of the idea of what could be that they don't actually do anything. And I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen to you. I'm just saying I feel like I have to say that to you. You feel me?
No. I mean, it has happened to me, like in the past. There's a lot of things, a lot of ideas that I currently have that, for some reason, I'm just holding on to them. Without.
Dude, it's a massive epidemic, and I'm trying my best to help like whoever I could help, right? Like,
yeah, like
I've seen it even in myself and with others. Yeah, what are you gonna say?
Like, for an example, like I have this idea, because I'm real big with not just the skill development of players, but also the understanding of when and why and how to apply the skill. So the basketball IQ.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I have this whole idea of running like a 3-on-3, whether it's a tournament league, which will help promote and enhance, players' ability to read the defense. And so I have a lot of information already written down. I've actually made contacts with a bunch of different programs, but I'm still kind of dragging my feet on when to actually start this.
Today, dude. Today.
Right. So
I mean, I think that's a good idea, man. And I've had a lot of clients who have also told me good ideas, and so like I'm trying to figure out what's the best way for me to help people do what they tell me is good ideas or not. Right, because like I'm gonna be like as transparent as possible. Like like, I still think about the clients that don't work with me anymore and be like, dude, what can I have done differently? Because I know that, you know, everyone has potential to make it big, right?
Right.
And so for me, like, do you follow like any motivational speakers like Tony Robbins or Gary Vaynerchuk or any of those people?
Eric Thomas.
Eric Thomas. Okay, I've heard of him. Yeah. So okay, like,
Yeah.
so okay, this is what I used to do, right? I used to be like, hey, dude, check out Eric Thomas and look at what he's doing on his internet and look what he's doing, and like, here, I'll break it down for you so you see the marketing stuff, and like all you have to do is do what he's doing, right? And
Yeah.
it didn't work. Like literally, it just didn't work for some of them, and I was like, I don't understand. Like they say that they like him, and I've literally broken down how to do it. And so, like, if you want full transparency, like what I'm doing now with my live stream and everything I'm posting is because I'm trying a different angle. Because for me, one of the things that, like, you know, the saying, like, don't leave a stone unturned, right? In the back of my mind with the video and live streaming and all this stuff, it was like, maybe I need to become a motivator and a personal brand. But I was too scared. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm good enough, or I don't know, blah, 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 right? And
Right,
so
right.
I'm like, dude, again, it's like, I need to get over my fear because it's not about me. It's about anyone I could interact with so that they could be inspired and empowered to do it themselves. Like one day, man, like if like you start taking action, you start doing this, like I 100% believe, like one of my clients is Jordan Lawley. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah.
But-
I watched the whole video you did with him.
Okay. So like for me, right, I would say Jordan opened up my eyes and the doors to what is possible in life, right? Because he was making money full time as just doing basketball, which is one of my passions, right?
Right.
And I had not been aware of that concept before because like I come from Asian parents and all they told me to do was study and become a doctor, right?
Right,
So
right.
that was just my mindset. So I didn't know that it was I'm not saying that I take anything back, but it's just like that he was the one who made it possible for me because I saw him do it. Like I went to his camp and I saw him do it, right? And like you got to think like long term, man. Like there's still people who, even with what the business you have now, is like, dude, some people wish that they could do that, right? And so I think it's like it's on you to be the inspiration so that some kid comes to your camp and is like, dude, I want to be like you, Danny. Like I want to make my own gym, right? Like that's what drives me, is to be like, dude, I could like I don't interact with kids and I don't I'm not a basketball trainer, right? But I have contacts with people in the basketball industry that they can really have impact. And so I just have to like, it's like I have to make their business great so that they could have the same effect on me that Jordan had on me. Right? Does that make sense, man?
Absolutely.
Like you could be the
absolutely.
next Eric, dude. You could be the next Eric Thomas. And do like you gotta want it so bad that you don't want to breathe, right? Was that him?
Right.
That was him, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's about, man. It's like, and for me, it's like, I share this stuff because it's like I want you to have perspective that, you know, with what we have in digital marketing and videos and technology, dude, to be able to talk to you right now on the iPhone and to do recording when I was doing, it wouldn't have been possible like 10 years ago. Dude, if I was born in another decade, I would have like wished I had this stuff. Right, so I like everyone that I put in this group I have and the stuff I'm building, is like I want you to really fully understand that. It's like, dude, like no more telling you to watch Eric. Like I want to recommend stuff because I've tried it myself. Right? So now I'm doing live stream, but before live stream I was doing videos. And you watched the video of me doing Jordan. So it's like, dude, you already know, right? Like you already know the power, right? So it's like, dude, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff, man. I'm excited that you like hopped on because it's like, dude, this is gonna be the next thing. And then like, I'll try something out for you and be like, hey man, you should try this too. Or it's like, oh, I tried it out and it didn't work out for me. But if you want to try it, you can. But this is my results, right? That's what I want to bring and offer to the table. So, I'm excited, man. I just love basketball so much, dude.
No, same here. That's why I continue to push forward with it, you know. And then beyond that, I have, young kids, so I just want to make sure that I'm doing what's best for them, and they fell in love with the game. So I want to be the best father, trainer, coach that they can ever wish for,
Yeah, man. dude, like, okay, to share a personal story. So I don't know, like, you take this what you will. I'm not sure, like, I haven't looked at a lot of videos of your training because I saw that a lot of them were kids. But I'll share my experience when I used to play lacrosse.
Okay.
So I had a coach, and back in the day, like, I mean, I was pretty weak and I was pretty, like, not good at cardio. Do you know what lacrosse? Do you know what lacrosse is?
Yeah. It's a lot like with soccer. It's with the stick.
Yeah. So okay, so we were doing conditioning training, and we were doing wind sprints, and he was like, dude, what's going on? Like, you guys are slacking. I could probably do these better than you. And he's like, you know what? I am gonna do them better than you. All right. So this guy was like, I don't know, at the time he was probably like 30 or 35. And I just remember I was like, dude, holy shit! Like, this guy, like, way older than me, is outrunning me. And I was so motivated to just be like, dude, I gotta fucking condition. I gotta step it up, right?
Right.
And so, one of my passions is fitness and health. And so, whatever you want to take from that story, I think maybe try to leverage that for your own kids. But I also do that for digital marketing. It's like, dude, I want to be what my coach was to me and be like, dude, I'm going to do digital marketing for you and show you and, like, pull you instead of, like, pushing like I was before for my old clients, right? So I think there's a lot of things that, you could probably get from this conversation that you could implement. But the first thing, man, is video. Because once you realize that you could take video and sell the video later, dude, like that, I don't think I hit that topic. Like, that could be your $50 product, right? A video archive, right? So you say, hey, man, you say to your drop-in sessions, right? Someone says, oh, I don't want to do your drop-in. Be like, okay, that's cool. Well, it's $50. So you could be like, hey, I have a program where I recorded all of my sessions and I have all the training videos. And so maybe if you want to do this yourself, you could get in for $5. $5 for the first month, but to let you know, it's $50 a month. But I think this is so good. It's helped so many people. Maybe you want to try it out, right? And then so instead of $30, maybe they can't afford $30. They're like, oh, they can afford $5, right? And I'm not saying, like, what I was gonna say is, like, look, if some people can't afford stuff, like, you do what you gotta do for your business and be like, hey, man, I understand your situation. Like, you could keep paying $5 a month or whatever it ends up being, right? But for most people, you want to try to get to $50 because that's gonna be the difference between $30, $50, and $150 and $75, right? You had 30 as your drop-in, 75 as private, 150 as the group thing. So now you have a new offering where you don't even have to do any work. There's no additional work. All it is just recording what you're already getting paid to do. And now you've created different value points that people could see and can taste your food from the Asian restaurant. Now they know what it's like working for you. Right? So whether you charge $5 or give it for free, it's just, you have to build it, right? You can't do it unless you start recording, right?
Right.
So that's the first step. I just wanted you to see the potential, like, and lay it out for you as, like, you could do what Jordan does, and he has, like, his trainer's guide to success, and he made a year's worth of content, and people still join and pay for the stuff that he made a year ago, right? Or the interview that you saw is a sample, right? That was a sample of me and Jordan working together or doing an interview. So now you have an idea of, like, what it's, and even this free consultation session, this is my drop-in, right? You have to understand, like, I want to be as transparent as possible. What your drop-in session is to make them go to $75 is my free consultations to go to a paying customer or not, or like join my group, right? However you want to interact with me, right?
Right.
So yeah, that is, like, I have to execute on what I share with people to do, because that is what is making all the difference for me, right?
Absolutely.
How you feeling, dude? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I mean, I'm writing notes as we talk. And I know you're gonna share the whiteboard with me. I just want to make sure that I have some of the key points that I pulled from the conversation, and I had them written down just so I can execute them. Just to push forward, and because the time is now.
The time is now, dude. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. There's a good book by Brandon Burchard called High Performance Habits. And I don't know if Jordan shared this on his story or not, but basically there's a concept called mortality motivation, where sometimes if people get to near-death experience, they realize that like their life could be taken at any point, and so it drives them to be like, I don't want to waste another day, right? So
Right.
so like for me, like I didn't actually kind of have that. I kind of had something similar, but not really. Where it was like for me, my mortality motivation is I used to have high blood pressure, right? And I was taking higher medicine dosage than my mom was, and I was like, dude, something's like really fucked up with my heart. Like I could actually just die from a stroke.
Right.
And then I was like, dude, like I haven't done what I said I wanted to do. And I was like 18, 19 at this time. I was like, dude, I haven't done like what I thought I was going to do. And like, you know, and then I started, I did organic food. I did whatever I needed to do to get off the medicine. And so that's why I have this like drive to just share or help people in fitness or help people. Like to me, like basketball is like the ultimate thing because it helps like fitness, social, all this stuff. Right. But before I got into Blend Logic, I was like, oh, let me help like Instagram trainers or like gyms or stuff like that. Right. Because I was just like, dude, like whoever's doing fitness is like doing the right thing. Right. So just to share some insight.
Okay, good. I totally understand that.
Word. So I've been talking so much. I actually just got off a live call, so I feel like I'm still in this like talking mindset. But I hope that I've at least laid stuff out. Usually I'm more like I want to hear more about your business, but I'm just like so flowing right now. So
No, it's good. It's good. It's good content. You know, this is stuff that I need to hear and discuss, and you know, because like I said, I have a bunch of I have some ideas. You know, I already have something. You know, I think it's pretty good. But I just want to make it be great.
For sure,
man. So just help me with that.
Mm-hmm. I feel
absolutely,
dude. I have the same stuff, dude. Like what I'm doing now is stuff I thought about doing 5 years ago, and I'm only now having this conversation with you, right? Like, how do you think I feel?
Yeah, because I even do. You know, you talked a little bit about the health and nutrition, and I have to do sports performance. And so a lot of times I found myself, because I think I'm pretty good at both.
Yeah.
But I found I kind of stuck in the middle. Like in which direction do I really want to push, 360 basketball performance? That's why performance is on there.
Yeah.
Because it's basketball performance, So I do a lot of work with bands and, just making athletes better athletes, quicker, stronger, more stable, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But I always found myself kind of stuck in the middle. And then I'm thinking about, the longevity aspect of it. Like how long can I, because I'm 40 now, how long can I physically
be able to do it? Right, for sure. I feel you. Yeah, man. I mean, like that's a tough spot to be in. I feel like even I've struggled with that, like trying to be in the middle or like, right, for me, it's like, dude, I had to announce to the world. Like, that's what made the difference for me. Is like, okay, what do I actually want to be? And if I was too afraid to announce it to the world through like video or live stream, then that's not what I really wanted to do. Right. So now I'm just like, dude, I just want to target basketball trainers and digital marketers, right, and help that market, right. And that's like I still take other things because my business and people in my business can do the stuff. But like for me, Alan Nafaretti, that's what I want to do. Right, so I think that perhaps that could help you in terms of like, I mean, it's always tough, right? You're always gonna be like for me, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be like a jack of all trades but a master of none. But sometimes that doesn't like work out. You're like, oh, I actually don't know anything, right? So it's like, I think you just got to think about it more and like test it and feel it out. I can't give you the answer to that question. I can only give you like my experience. Is like see how that works out of like when you start making videos or you start telling people what you are, like what feels good to you, right? And I know that's hard to say, like, oh, what feels good, but like I think that's what you have to start doing is like really taking a self look. And in terms of like physical, man, dude, I want to share a story with like someone I had a consultation session with actually got injured, right? And so I share this with everyone I meet is like, dude, where are you based out of?
I'm based out of Gardena or Los Angeles, California.
Oh, in LA. All right. Right. Okay. So like, it's the same concept, right? Let's say you built something great. I would have to fly out to LA, do a 4-hour drive, like 4-hour flight to see your stuff, right? But who can watch your video, dude? I could watch your stuff on for right now if it was there, right here in Atlanta, Georgia, right? And then going back to that concept of like someone I met got injured, it's like you got to do it for your kids, because basically, like, if you got injured and the kids that you currently have, like, what are you gonna tell them? You're gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I can't help you get to the varsity team because I'm injured, right? At least if you had videos, you could be like, hey, I got those videos. I'm sorry I'm injured, but I'm gonna make other videos like film breakdown, or I don't know, let's break down Steph Curry's shot or something, right? You're gonna make something that's video that doesn't require you physically doing it, right? So that's the kind of mindset I want to make you aware of. It's like, dude, like, really, really, really just do it, because you never know what could happen, and you don't want to let your kids down, right? Like, they all have their hopes and dreams of what they want from basketball, right? And if you got injured and you can't train them, like, you've let them down, right? So that's how, like, I share that, like, responsibility, because, like, I don't want to let you down, right? Or I don't want to let anyone I meet down, right? It's like, that's what I take upon myself, to push me to record myself, to push me to not think, like, to get over my fears, right? And it's that concept. It's like, it's not about Alan, it's about my clients, right? So hopefully if any of that helps, helps you start taking action, right? Like, really think about, like, oh, what would happen if I got injured? Like, what am I going to do with all my kids, right? Or what's going to happen? And hopefully I go on your Facebook like a week from now and I see a bunch of videos.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
All right. So
yeah.
That was an action-packed hour.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
you have my text. You have all my stuff. So
yeah, and what I'll do is I'll be following up with you soon, because I want to talk to you again. Just so we can continue to build and what have you.
For sure. All right.
Yeah. So
you have my contact, man. So, and you also have my calendar, right? So, I need to block out like Thanksgiving. I assume you're not gonna schedule on Thanksgiving. I need to fix that on my calendar. But yeah, man, like anytime next week or whatever, right? That's my calendar. So.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. So maybe in about 2 weeks, because I want to try to implement some of this and.
Let's go. Get I don't want to try to implement this. I'm going to implement it and see how it works.
Oh yeah. I'm going to implement it.
Word choice is everything.
No, you're right with that. Yeah, you're absolutely right with that.
I got you, bro.
Yeah. So I really appreciate it.
All right, man. Yeah, let me know if that whiteboard link works out for you, and then yeah, man, let's keep going.
You're gonna tell me when we get off.
Yeah, I'm gonna upload the video, but also I sent the whiteboard video should work. The one I sent you on your iPad or your iPhone. I'm gonna also put it on the email. So.
Okay. Perfect. All
right, man.
All right. You have a good one.
You too,
take
man.
care.
Take care. Have a good Thanksgiving.
Okay. You do the same.
Take care, man.
Later, Daddy. All right. Bye-bye.
Woo! I just got off a live call straight into this consultation session. Yeah, guys, it's like, dude, full transparency. Like, this is what it's about, dude. You got to be about it. And I think as you start getting confident in what you could offer to people and how you could offer value, you'll just keep going. Like money and monetization comes after you add value, right? So that's why I'll do free consultation sessions, because before I was good enough at doing consultation sessions, I wasn't getting clients. So I need to keep making videos, and I need to get better at consultations. I need to read more books. I need to test more things out so that I could get to a point now, right? Like, regardless if I close Danny or not, like, dude, it's about the transformation, not the transaction. And I 100% believe with what I've shared today at November 19, 2018, that it has value. Whether or not it's monetary or not, it's like, it has value, right? Or at least my perception of it. Okay, so I just think that if you guys are scared about putting out stuff for free, or you're scared of, right, like, how are people going to know what it's like working with Alan or with Blend Logic unless I put stuff out, right? Or how are they going to know about 360 performance, or how are they gonna know about your business or your basketball training unless you put content out? All right, so I have to execute on what I recommend to my clients because that's what it's about, guys. So it's getting bright outside. I need better lighting. Take action today, guys. Real talk. It's like the little things make all the difference, right? Even that little thing I did with like the mindset or the word choice correction, right? It's not I'm gonna try, it's I'm gonna do, right? Seriously, like start correcting that yourself or testing it yourself. All right, it's Alan from Blend Logic. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.